I mean, Sam could have came and won 14 games. That wouldn't have proved nothing in Minnesota. It's a matter of the playoffs, big games, and the big moments for Minnesota. Now, he's shown a little bit of that with Seattle, which is a good sign. But again, play the season out. Let's see how it ends, because we've seen this before. Guys fall flat on their face.
It's more simple than you think. The Vikings made literally one offseason move in the offseason. What was it? The quarterback position.
Yeah.
The roster's the same. The coaching staff's the same. Everything's the same. They made one move at quarterback, and now look at them.
No, I disagree.
You disagree.
And remember,
Darnold,
I actually follow.
And let me just remind you also, what was the narrative around Sam too? Oh, well, he's got the best coach. He's got the best receiver. It's not Sam. It's everything around him. Any quarterback can be successful there.
I mean, he's still got some receivers, Richie. I mean,
What do you mean?
I mean, he ain't got no receivers.
This has nothing to do with Seattle. This is to do with the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, what I'm saying
point is, they made the wrong decision, and now they regret. If they kept Sam Darnold, I guarantee you they have a way better record than they do right now.
Yeah, they can have a better record, Richie, but when you're running an organization, you're going to be looking at long term. Sam Darnold, as of right now, he still ain't proven he the long-term answer. He got to wait till he get to the big moment. And that's where he'll be able to prove it.
I bet you if you ask any Vikings fan, would you rather be out there competitive like 6-2 right now, or have an injury-prone rookie quarterback and a veteran that's now out, like their season's a mess?
Yeah, as a fan, you're going to want to be competitive, but to what end? Every Vikings fan, they know. And you know what? You know what's funny about that, Richie? You don't hear Vikings fans saying we should have kept Sam.
I see.
You don't hear that. No, you don't. And you know why? Because they knew what he was when it mattered most. It's the same thing with Tua. You can go beat up on 12 bad teams a season and always lose pretty much when it matters most, late in the season or in the playoffs. And just because you win 12 games, we should have stuck with that? No, it's still a dead end.
He won 14 games, not 12. Like this is what the problem is, bro. We just forget everything he did last year gets flushed down the drain.
He didn't win 14, Richie. That wasn't led by him. You think this team was led by Sam last year?
I'm not saying he was led by Sam, but he had a huge reason why they were that good. Massive reason. And I think you and everybody else does not give him enough credit for the job that he did as the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings last year. And it's proof right here.
I give him credit for the job he did as a quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings last year in the regular season to help get them to the playoffs. Again, people are looking at the NFL now.
But they didn't just get in the playoffs.
Yeah, they did. They just got in.
They didn't barely get in. They won 14 games.
They were a wild card team
with 14 wins.
Yep, they were still a wild card team. And guess why they didn't win their division?
Because of Aaron Glenn.
Sam Darnold.
Aaron Glenn.
Aaron Glenn, what he did to who?
Sam Darnold.
Okay, that's why they didn't win their division, because of Sam Darnold. So for KOC, I think he's looking bigger picture. I know what I got in Sam. I know he can be a good quarterback under my system, but I'm not ever going to go deep or get over the hump with this guy.
So now we're just going to cement it. Now Sam fell apart in those 2 games. That's who he is forever. Like there's no room for improvement.
2 games?
Yeah, 2 big games. He fell apart.
No, four.
2.
4. Rams. I think if I'm not
4
mistaken.
out of 17 games.
Yep. Them 4 out of 17, Richie.
So now we're cementing that. That's who he is. We never want to give him a chance to go out there and prove himself in a bigger moment again.
He's getting
his mistake.
He's getting his chance right now. I didn't say that we're just cementing.
And Seattle should be like popping champagne. They got him for a bargain of a contract.
See, Minnesota should have been popping champagne until
they got a bargain. They got a quarterback that is a bargain right now, who is absolutely balling. And the reason why I feel like some people still don't want to give Sam the credit is because you're not watching the games. You're just looking at the stats.
What credit? Do you know how many quarterbacks in this league putting up numbers and doing great things, but when it matters most,
it's not about the numbers. It's about the type. It's about the type of quarterback he is doing right now. That's all I'm saying. If you just look at the box score, it's
regular season flash.
All right, then no flowers deserves to go to Drake May. There's no flowers that should go to
regular season flash.
All right. I mean, if that you are the most hypocritical.
How was it hypocritical?
I ever met. Because the Bills never beat anybody. Now the Patriots are beating nobodies, and you're like glazing the Patriots.
About the Bills. The Patriots.
I'm just giving you an example. All you do is just whatever fits your narrative goes. You're going to give all the flowers to the people that go to the regular season, but him.
You don't listen to a full narrative. My point is the difference between the Patriots and Drake May and Sam Darnold. I already know what Sam Darnold is for like 5 years in the league, and he have a little blemish moment, and all of a sudden, oh, he's a great now. But Drake May, since coming in, nothing but going up. So, yeah, I'm going to ride on the Patriots more than I'm going to ride on what Sam Darnold's doing. I need to see Sam Darnold when it matters most. That's the next hump for him.
But the question comes down to this: the Vikings should regret moving off from Sam. Point blank.
Why would they?
Absolutely. But look at them right now without him, bro. Look at him.
They knew they weren't going to win a playoff game or a Super Bowl with him. Why would they?
How do you know that? Because of one?
Because he was so
one season.
Horrible. He was
you don't even give anybody chances to grow and learn from their failures. That's ridiculous, bro.
He's horrible when it matters most. He didn't beat nobody worth substance. He didn't play no like amazing games when it mattered most.
He went out there and balled last year. Borderline MVP talk, bro.
Yeah, regular season. Tua's had a season like that too. Tua's had a season like that.
Not even close to what Sam did last year.
2022
led his team to 14 wins.
Season out the water.
He led his team to 14 wins.
Yeah, but Tua's 2022 season blows Sam Darnold's season out the water.
So my question is this, TD. Are you saying that the Vikings would be in no different situation if Sam Darnold was their quarterback?
I didn't say that. From a regular season standpoint, they probably would be in a better situation right now. My point is, Dan, it's like going for a Super Bowl, right? And you know you got a guy who's going to win you 10, 11, 12, 13 games every year, right? But when it matters most, when he goes up against the big dogs of the league, he don't just lose. He plays horrific. I mean, just terrible. And those games, those were the only games like that last year. Those were the only ones. That sample size. So it doesn't prove to me. KOC, I trust more than anybody when it comes to quarterbacks. So when KOC makes a decision, I'm going to move on from him. That kind of almost tells me he knows that he got Sam playing good, but Sam is not the answer.
He made a mistake. You trust you made a mistake.
It's not like that there's a big sample size of games that matter most.
I agree. In his career. But all four were just horrible.
KOC is going to look back at that moment. He let a franchise quarterback walk out his organization.
So if it happens again, then what? If he wins 13 games this year and then in the first round he gets smacked up and he plays horrible, what do we do with that? What do we do with that? We just say it's okay.
We're playing a game of what if. We have no idea how the season is going to turn out.
Y'all are playing a game of what if. I already have a sample size from last year. Y'all ignoring it.
2 games.
And also, let's go back to one thing, a lie that you just said. You said that Tua Tagovailoa's best year was better than Sam's last year. That is not true.
Or 2023, one of them?
Wrong. Sam beat him in every single metric. And he won more games, had more passing touchdowns, less interceptions, higher rating. I mean, that's just a lie.
One more games, Richie, once again. Flores won at least 10 of them games, man.
He had more passing touchdowns, less interceptions, a higher passer rating, and he won 14 games.
Won 14 games? You really think Sam Darnold was responsible for 14 games last year?
Okay, then answer this, TD. How come the Vikings are not going to win 14 games this year?
Because they're turning the ball over.
Oh, why? Because who don't they have a quarterback anymore?
And
the only difference they made.
No.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you're missing. The Vikings had no difference this season besides quarterback. Why aren't they winning 14 games this year? The Vikings can just win games with anybody at quarterback. Nonsense.
Because you don't pay attention to the Vikings. You know why? Because you're sitting here saying Sam Darnold is the only thing. The Vikings defense been one of the most hurt defenses for the first 7 weeks. They're just getting everybody back. They've been missing 4 or 5 starters every single. It's a fact. Go look it up. They've been missing 4 or 5 starters almost every single week.
Their offense was electric last year, and their offense is not electric anymore. And what's the big difference on the offensive side of the ball?
Was their defense better last year?
What about their offense that lit it up last year? That was the backbone of their franchise last year.
Another thing you're forgetting, the offense was so crazy last year because the defense gave them 100 more opportunities. The defense turned the ball over.
I'm done having this conversation with you because you obviously just never want to give credit. It's so black. It's so black and white There's one difference of the Vikings this year. It's quarterback, and now they're trash compared to last year. Because the narrative was simply that Sam did nothing. He had no impact of them winning football games last year. That's all I heard. And now he's gone, and now he's thriving in Seattle, and the Vikings are going down. It's that simple, man. This is a debate that is just
once again, Richie. You won't answer the question. If Seattle goes to the playoffs and Sam plays horrific and gets smacked in the first round, what do you take of that?
And what if he doesn't?
13, 14 games. What would you take of that at that moment? Does that tell you anything, or it's the same thing?
So we're talking about hypotheticals here. The question was,
would
they be in a better? I hate that whole thing. Like, what about when it matters most? Like, stop living in January and February. The question is,
it's the only
the Vikings be in a better position right now if Sam Darnold was in that?
So you're telling me
y'all ignore the months that matter the most, and then wonder why your team ain't in the situation.
So the parity of the NFL is so crazy. Like, we are seeing teams, right, destroy a squad, but then that same team that got belted out the following week makes an upset at the end of the day. When you get to the dance, a lot of these games are determined by final possession, by one play, by the ball bouncing their way in one specific moments. So you're damn right. You're damn right. Why would I move on from a guy? Why would I move on from a guy that got me there, knowing the parity that exists in the playoffs?
He didn't get him there, Dan.
That's where you're so wrong,
15 wins. What's your argument?
The defense was crazy last year. What they gave this,
he was top 5 in all passing metrics. If you're telling me that he had nothing to do with Sam, you're out of your mind.
You're acting like Sam did nothing last year. That's where you're so wrong. It's actually hilarious how wrong you are.
Sam played well.
He played better than well.
He played well. He didn't play well. Playing well is when it matters most as well. You have to be able to show it then too.
You just said out of your own mouth that Sam did not get them there in that situation.
He didn't get them there.
35 passing touchdowns, 4,300 yards. He didn't do anything. He had zero impact. It was the defense, Dan. It was the defense that led the Vikings to 14 wins.
They are going to say the defense. You asked any Minnesota Viking fan.
Yeah, it was the defense. 35 passing touchdowns, lighting up.
He'll have an opportunity to prove himself.
Sam had no impact in winning, just like the Seahawks this year.
He did.
What change did the Seahawks make? Oh, they got a new quarterback. Now look at the Seahawks.
Once again, Sam contributed in winning against all the bad teams. He contributed. How many times I got to say that? He contributed.
And the reality is this, and let's go down your path of the hypotheticals. Say the Seahawks go to the playoffs and Sam does not play well and they get bounced.
He plays
guarantee the Vikings
last year
will still take that over what they're going through this year.
Of course they're going to keep taking it. Keep on taking it and keep losing, and eventually it's going to be.
You never know. Maybe he'll break free. Yeah, I mean, let's talk about this. Lamar Jackson.
Some players.
What has he done in the playoffs for how many years in a row, TD? You're going to say Lamar Jackson is nothing?
Some players.
What has Lamar Jackson done in the postseason, TD?
Listen. You look at Lamar Jackson playoff games, he may have a turnover too, but he's fighting the whole game. He's playing actually the whole game.
Hey, dude, he is awful in the playoffs.
He's historically terrible in the playoffs.
Y'all are kidding me, man. I watched the last 2 seasons with Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. The man, if he has a fumble,
he's awful.
Oh, look at Lamar. But he's driving down the field. His guy fumbling on the 1. His guy fumbling at the 5.
You are so capping, bro. Let's talk about Lamar in his first few seasons in the playoffs. Not last year.
He was garbage. First few seasons.
Okay, and so was Sam. So we're not going to give him another chance? We're not going to give Sam another chance? That was his first season. Nonsense.
How many years has Sam been in the league?
That was his first time in the playoffs.
We're talking about a Lamar Jackson who was going to the playoffs at an early age.
That was his first time in big moments, and he crumbled, and now that's who he is forever?
Again, Sam Darnold helped the Minnesota Vikings win games last year. I get that.
I'll say this.
All I'm telling you is
McCarthy was the quarterback last year. How many wins do the Vikings have last year?
I don't
fully healtty JJ instead of Sam last year.
I have no idea. I don't know what he would have been.
Maybe 9.
I don't know what he would have been with that.
Not defense. 14. I'll tell you that much.
You're gonna tell me not to play the if game, but that's what you're doing. You don't know what he would have been.
Because you're not evaluating the impact that Sam had on that football team. Richie, that's all you're doing.
The defense won 10 games last year themselves. Do you not? You watched them games last year?
Yeah, of course I did.
Was doing. Dude, defense played lights out for most of the time. They gave Sam Darnold the ball so many times in the red zone. It was easy. And don't act like they didn't run the ball well either.
The whole offense was unlocked.
Well,
KOC made a decision, and y'all want me to question his decision. I think KOC just saw Sam Darnold's a good quarterback. I made Sam Darnold a good quarterback, but you know what? We ain't ever getting over the hump with him. Maybe that's exactly what he said. Now, for y'all to say, well, he made a mistake doing that. What? Because he having some more regular season good games?
So no, because it's not about what he's doing in Seattle. It's about what the situation is right now with Minnesota.
Yeah, you can't predict injuries.
If Sam Darnold was healthy right now with Minnesota, they'd be tied for first place in the NFC North.
Who says that Minnesota wouldn't if JJ was healthy or the defense was healthy?
Because neither of them, JJ's not even close to Sam Darnold.
If the defense was healthy alone, they might be in a better position.
JJ McCarthy's
the only reason why Sam Darnold was moved on from was not because, I don't know if he can get it done. No, it was not. He was likely under pressure from ownership since they ended up drafting a quarterback in the first round the year before. They had no idea that he was going to suffer a knee injury, and they didn't think that Sam Darnold would be able to take that elevation that he did when he came into Minnesota. They didn't walk away from him because they didn't think that he could get it done in the playoffs. They walked away from him because they made a significant investment in the first round with a young guy, and that, unfortunately, is not working as fast as they thought that it would. Well, folks, let me tell you what. All right, we are just days away before Thursday night football. Baltimore Ravens are taking on the Miami Dolphins. And you know what? I feel like you guys should take advantage of Sleeper. Sleeper Picks, the number one player prop platform on the market today. It's a very simple process. You just pick anywhere between 2 to 5 players. If you think Lamar Jackson is going to run for over 150 yards on that defense, if you think that Tua is going to get 3+ interceptions, you can put your money where your mouth is. All right, folks, go on ahead and sign up for Sleeper. Link is in description. They're giving you $20 just for signing up. All right, that's a hell of a promo if you were to ask me. And they're also matching 100% of your first deposit all the way up to $100. Great deal. Don't miss out on it. Link is in description. Terms and conditions apply.